What up, world? What
It's
up?
live, dude. We are live on YouTube too. Shit.
So, first and
Interesting.
foremost, dude, I don't know if you know this, but there's another Luke Lombardi
On
on
YouTube?
YouTube. Yeah, have you seen this guy?
Not mine, right? 31 followers.
Yeah, here, I'll share my screen. This
Can you
guy's
share?
like a pro soccer player, it looks like.
I
Check
know
him
there's
out.
a
Do you know
Matthew
this guy?
Lombardi hockey. There's a Matthew Lombardi hockey player. Should I just YouTube Google him?
He's right here. You see my screen?
Uh, there it is. I need to add you. Add the stream.
Luke Lombardi.
She's only
I
got
can't tell if he's a
three
fan
subscribers.
or he just plays FIFA.
He's got to play FIFA. He's only got fucking 3. You told me he was famous. My YouTube channel's off the fucking hook, dude.
He's like a kid. You got to take this guy out of business because he's taking your
followers. Pull up my channel, dude. Let's check it out. See what we got. There it is.
You got good content.
Does it show that we're live?
It does not. Yeah. Oh, there it is. Yeah, there it is.
All right, pretty dope. I wonder if we have any followers, any streamers, any live broadcasters. How do I view like the chat? Oh, God.
I want to talk about that later, but
yeah.
How's it been, man? How you been?
Hanging in there, recovering from the old COVID. Booked my flights out to California, so waiting on Capital One to pay for it. So I'm pretty pissed.
How was COVID though? Because I haven't had it yet.
Still dying, dude.
But like, if you were to compare of all the sicknesses you've had.
Well, me and Vince were just talking about this like 20 minutes ago, that this is, if we weren't healthy, that we would probably would have died.
You think?
I think so. I was fucked up for days. Like, couldn't fucking breathe. Still can't breathe. I mean, I'm complaining that I can't breathe, and I was running 800 meters yesterday in 3.5 minutes, complaining that I can't breathe. So it's like, if that puts it into retrospect, it's not.
Well, what's your normal 800?
Like 3.
Flat,
yeah.
Yeah.
So going into yesterday was like 340 mixed in with like barbell stuff, and I was just dying in between that. And this is 10, 11 days out from when I first had it, 12 days out almost. But I was working out basically by day 5. I was working out. I got sick on a Tuesday, was working out by Sunday again, and felt like I still feel just dizzy, cloudy. Vince was explaining like he feels like he's on drugs or something. He just feels dizzy in the background.
Really? Did you?
Yeah.
When did you test?
Tuesday. I got tested negative both times. I did it twice.
Did you have the test since?
Nah.
How much are the tests?
I don't know. Somebody pays for them. The government pays for them now. But
yeah, I think we have a few, but I haven't. Like I said, I haven't been sick.
Yeah, I mean, I tested for 2 of them. Tested negative both times. I still have them back there in case I ever need them again. You know, I'll be able to prove that I wasn't sick. Well, I didn't think I had COVID. Adam he was sick, my brother. He didn't have it. He tested negative. Then Vince tested positive immediately, but he was sick. But I was more worried that I was going to get people from the gym sick because one of the gym was going away on vacay. So I was freaking out about that. I think he was too, But
I mean, like, what's the difference between this, like, and any other sickness? Like, if you had the flu.
Well, G just yelled. I just coughed. I'm sorry if I coughed and it's loud for you guys. G told me earlier before starting this to not cough. He said just pause myself, but I didn't. So, G, you have to cut that out for us. But the sickness differences, I just felt like I was on drugs. I don't know. I just felt really weird. I just felt disoriented, high. Like I woke up Tuesday morning and I woke up in the middle of the night dripping sweat. My bed was sopping wet. I couldn't even sleep in it anymore. I had to get a towel, put it down on top of my sheets, and then cover myself again because at the same time I was shivering and dripping sweat. So I get back in bed, dry myself off completely, change out my underwear, etc. And wake up, go to coach. I walk outside, fucking freezing. So I go back inside really quick. I got like 10 minutes. I boil some hot water and put lemon in it because I'm a carnivore. So, and I couldn't taste at this point because I was like drinking the lemon water and I was like, this doesn't taste like anything besides it's just warming me up because I'm freezing. But anyway, I hang out, go outside, coach, go back inside. And I'm like, I'm fucked up. So I just lay there in bed, not move, turn the 8 sleep up to like a 5 on the heat index, and then go back outside and coach again for the 9. And then at that point, I'm just like, I'm hooked, I'm done. I got to tap out. So I had affiliate U meeting that day, felt like shit. And then it just killed me. The next day I was just dead, tired, still tired to this day. I slept more than I ever have in the last like week, which was nice. I went to bed at like 9 p.m. every day.
Yeah, that's what I've been hearing. Like people coming in the gym, they've just been like tired. Like
well, yeah, that's
like,
the weirdest
like,
part. Like I just feel exhausted. Like I have zero energy when I go to do anything, just zero energy. Feel exhausted. I went to go pick up a barbell the other day and just felt like death. Like I wanted to cry. I was like, oh my God, I feel just fatigued. Like I've never felt that before. Like surgeries and other things, I was fine. I was like, I want to go do X, Y, and Z. This was just like, I don't want to use the word debilitating because I guess I was one of the people that also was like, nah, fuck COVID.
I'm in the same boat. Fuck COVID. I think the lockdowns were not necessary.
Well, you're not vaccinated. Do you not want me to disclose that?
You can disclose that.
All right. Well, we're not vaccinated. I'm not vaccinated either. And this was the first time I got it. And it's like, I really believe Vince was vaccinated. I'm not vaccinated. He was worse off than I was being vaccinated. He tested positive. I didn't test positive. He was well out of commission longer than I was if we like compare the two. And he also took like, the doctor prescribed him steroids. And I was like, why the fuck are you taking that?
Wow.
They also told him they could give him some sort of COVID medicine. But he didn't. I don't remember if he qualified or not. I think it's really for like somebody who's like on their deathbed. But he took steroids, definitely helped him get better. He didn't lose taste or anything. I was the only one that kind of got beat up like that. But I think if you aren't healthy, you're going to be fucked up.
Yeah.
Because that was like my fear. Was just kind of going through it. It was like, oh my God, if I get like Vicky sick at the 9 a.m., it's like she's old. Like
she's probably healthy though. She comes how many times a week?
Yeah, that's another good point. We were just looking at that. My committed members, I don't know if I should show their info on here, but overall, let's pull it up. It basically the amount of times they come a month, we're running our committed members coming up. Check-in metrics. Let's check out the month of September. Vicky. She was sick this month, not with COVID. She got 13 check-ins out of the month. On average, if we pull up last month's check-in report, if I pull up August to August 31st instead of September 30th, and go fucking run those reports. Let's pull up Vicky's name. Yeah, 19 times out of the month of August out of 31 days. The 4th most attended member.
Yeah,
5th
so
most.
she's probably pretty healthy. I was just having this discussion with somebody about the CrossFit sickness, wellness, fitness continuum.
Yeah.
And like, so many people, especially with like physical injuries, I've been hearing like a lot of people just feel more resilient. Like I had a member fall off his bike, get a mild concussion and broke a rib cage. And he was just saying like, dude, if it wasn't for CrossFit, I probably would have broke like 3 ribs and probably would have been like out of it.
How old is this person?
He's like 47.
And busted his rib?
Yeah, broke it.
This wasn't training for the triathlon, right? This was just him biking?
Just him biking on a bike ride around the thing. But it's like I've heard that so many times with people that get in car accidents, like they just feel more resilient. I'm like, dude, that's crazy to see, because that's basically like what the whole point of this continuum is, right? Like the more you can move from like well into fitness, like when you have a setback, like being sick or getting in an accident, then you just come back and you're still like in the wellness section, which is like this, and you're like away from sick. It's crazy.
The way that thing where, I mean, I like to look at that as like the same thing, the sickness, wellness, fitness continuum of like, that's how I like to look at it through life in general, because Fern kind of does that with the affiliate or business. And it's like, all right, well, this works for literally everything and anything.
Yeah.
You could literally just be, if you're in the sick world in everything in your life, it's going to be hard for you to ever live a good life, actually. So for the viewers, can we pull that up too, what it looks like?
Viewers?
Yeah, we got live people on our YouTube channel, dude. The sickness, fitness, wellness continuum. Can you pull that up? Sickness, wellness.
Is anyone
you got it?
Familiar with it? Anyone out there?
If you share your screen, I'll add you to it. But I so basically me being sick with COVID, 100%, I went from being like fit to just slightly outside of being fit. Yeah, granted, I was sick, and you're not going to be able to survive and stay out of the shitter for like out of the sickness end. Like you're going to inevitably just feel sick, but it's like my recovery spout. You got it?
Well, there's a video. I don't want to show the video, so I'm just looking for the actual article, the journal article. It has the picture of it.
Yeah, I just got a picture of it right here.
Yeah, here we go. But yeah, I think this, like you said, like you could apply this to business, probably even this podcast.
Yeah. Like on the podcast, we would be basically in the beginning of it, the sickness part, probably, because we're new to it. We don't have much foundation built. We don't have many viewers. We don't have all the things that you need to build a healthy foundation, which is where most people should fall, in my opinion. It's just be well and try to edge to the fitness side, because if you get to the fitness side, every time you screw up, you have to go through wellness again before you get back to sickness, which is like the same idea of a business. It's like you have a really fit business and then your CEO does something stupid. It's you don't go from being super the best
and just collapse.
Yeah, to being the worst. I kind of think of that as like everything is like, even being a coach, having like good coach or okay coach, good coach, and like world-class coach or something like that. And you have to go through somewhere in that realm. Like you just don't stop giving a shit, or you don't just stop seeing bad movement or understanding methodology, but you will go from being a world-class coach to being just a coach to just being a person there in that class. Like you're just another one, or a PT or whatever it ends up being in life.
Yeah. I think it's a cool exercise too. Like instead of like changing the metrics to meet what it is. So like coaching, right? Like instead of you do blood pressure, body fat, it's like ability to cue and like ability to see faults. Like all those would be metrics. So like a bad coach or a sick coach would be someone that like can't see anything, right? Like they only notice like bending your knees when you're doing a strict press, but you're supposed to be,
or they just they see something's wrong. They probably don't even know how to fix it. Yeah, it's just they see that something is wrong and it needs to be addressed. And then you have to make your way into like understanding the points of performance. And then all of a sudden you're like, okay, well, I know you're doing this wrong with your knees, and here's why you're doing it wrong. And then a great coach is like, I see, I fix, I repeat, see, fix, repeat, see, fix, repeat.
Yeah. Same with photography. If you're doing a photography business,
just about to bring that up, dude.
Put that up there, right? Like number of clients, like it works for everything.
Well, I was just having that chat with G about running a business. Our good friend, he's starting a business. He helped me set up my website, starting photography business. So if you have photos you need taken of yourself, hit him up. He's gonna have his website live soon. But point is, with that, he was in the sickness category due to the fact that a couple different things. He's giving photos out for free, which I don't think I would disagree with too much, but I don't know if I would say
that. I think I don't think it's give away anything for free.
Well, I think it's kind of like the same idea of like, I did it originally with the gym, right? Let people come for free, work out. And it was like, all right, we're just going to do this. And I'm going to just, coach friends until it was like, do I have something going here or not? He's continuing to do it, I think, too far into it. So now it's like everybody's free. Which I don't think is terrible, but I don't think is great. Like, the concept of you should pay your, like, right, the whole concept, go to a restaurant, your friend, Fabian owns the restaurant. I shouldn't go to the restaurant and expect it for free. And I shouldn't not tip the server because they're my friend. I should be like supporting that friend because they work at this restaurant. They're my friend. I want to see them do better. And that's kind of the same idea. So I don't even know if I blame G that much for that.
I blame him. You gotta charge.
All right. Well, how do you go about it? Because like people are weird. Like we have some friends that are very weird about money.
You got to think about it the reverse, though, right? Like the fact that they would come into your restaurant and expect something for free or not tip you is like, are you doing a bad job? No. And like you're putting time and energy into this thing for this person, and you're not getting compensated to. So do they even value you? That's how you have to look at it, right?
Well, yeah.
Like if I came into your gym and I was going to get coaching from you, you're putting in time to spend with me. Like I should compensate you for that. Like, who am I to think that I deserve that for free?
Well, that's the issue. People think the opposite. They think I have X, Y, and Z, or my friend's a great CrossFit coach, and I'm going to go to them, and they should want to help me get better. There should be no reason that they shouldn't want to help me get better, because this is what they do, and they should do it for free, because everybody does the back of the napkin math, and it's like, I mean, we were a victim to it. It was like, well, you have 100 members, everybody paying $200 a month, and you're doing totally fine. It's like, well, not really. First of all, being an affiliate owner fucking sucks.
Back to like the continuum, right? Like free would be sickness, right? Wellness would just be charging something. Like maybe you don't even know the value you're offering. And then like as you fine tune that and be like, hey, like I'm a pretty fucking good photographer. Like my photos are top notch and I get really good angles. Like my price should be like higher.
Well, it's like having the confidence.
Like,
well, we can staple that somewhere on, like aside from your product is like, you got your sick, your wellness, and your fitness, but we got to change the word fitness to something else, obviously.
Just like best photographer, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, exactly. I think like if somebody like G doesn't have that confidence, he's like, well, my photos suck. I can't post them on here. He said the same thing. He sent me a link to a place in Jersey that does photography as well. And he's like, I can't compete with this. And it was like, oh, there you go. There's the confidence issue. I mean, I'm victim to it as well. I do the same thing, but with my coaching, but it's like, have the confidence, because that's going to boost you more into the wellness, because if you're confident in your shots, somebody is going to pick you to take their shoots.
Yeah, dude, I think you hit it on the head, right? Like you shouldn't wait for the person that like volunteers to pay you. You should be charging out the gate.
Out of the gate. Yeah. I mean, charging people is the most awkward thing. Even strangers I struggle with, even with the gym. Is I'll tell you about a story.
I think it's weird charging friends more than strangers. It's like,
charging friends.
I'm fucked up in that way. It's like, and the reality is they should be the ones like they should definitely be paying me, like hands down.
Well, they should, and I would say most of my friends do. Like, I had no problem paying you for the coffee. I have no problem paying G for anything he were to help me with. I'd have no problem paying Eric. Again, it's like, it depends what it is. Also, like, you're not gonna just be like charging me out the ass because it's your friend and you're expecting me to pay. So it's not gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna charge you $400. Normally I do $200, but since you're my friend, it's gonna be $400. Or like the wholesale price when I buy merch for the gym, it's like, yeah, I could, I guess, charge everybody wholesale price and make zero money. But what the hell is that? Like, why would I keep doing this? It's kind of where I go. But so I got yelled at last night at the restaurant when I was working by a customer. So quit working. I don't feel good. I'm out of it. It's busy. I put their whole order in. They both got drinks. He got a beer. We had like this really long conversation about this beer. So I put their drinks in, put their orders in. They have a little girl with them. So I put her order in right away because she wanted it right away. It was like margarita pizza or something. And then put their entrees in. I put his beer in. Forgot her drink, the wine. So we're going. I'm walking by. I'm like, something feels weird, but whatever. I ignore it. Drop her his beer off, go back over like 3 or 4 minutes later, ask him how the beer is because he was skeptical of it. He loved it. And she just looks at me and she's like, I think somebody might have forgotten my wine. So I'm like, oh shit, I freaking forgot. So I go over her. I'm like, blame it on the bartender. I'm like, Jess forgot it. So she pours one, but she got a bubbly blanc like wine. So it's a bubbly wine. I give it to her. And she starts drinking it. It's flat. So I'm like, oh, okay, fuck. She asked for a new one. So I give her a new one. Jess opens up a new bottle. Now, going all the way through, I forget to charge her for the drinks. At the end, I give them the tab. I print it out, and I'm like, that looks really low compared to what they got. I drop it off. They call me over. They're like, oh, you didn't charge us for the drink. And I was like, oh, fuck, I don't want to look like an idiot. So I said to them, I was like, oh, I took it off because, you had to deal with the one that was flat. I forgot your drink and yada, yada, yada. Well, did I get ripped?
Got ripped.
Yeah, I got ripped.
I didn't think the story was going to go that way.
I got ripped. Not by the owners, nothing. I got ripped by her. She was like, don't you dare take that off. I want to pay for it. I drank it and just went through this whole thing, which is kind of just like, I mean, she's not wrong. She did drink it. I corrected it. The husband was like, yeah, he was much nicer. She ripped me. But the fucking dog, sorry, chat. ripped, man. I don't know what her idea was, but I think it was more of like an insult to her. Like, don't do that to us type of deal. Like, we're willing to pay for it. We came here not expecting something for free. I mean, the husband was like, yeah, the service was great. This was great. Things happen, man. No, I don't know. But my point was just like, even like, I felt really uncomfortable charging them for some reason, like after I fucked up.
Yeah.
Which was awkward. But I think it goes in kind of the same idea as everybody else.
But I feel like that's like when you offer things for free, right? Like when you know that you're not meeting the quality you provide, right? I think that's where it's a good tool. Like, hey, I fucked up. You sat here empty-handed for 5 minutes.
6 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's where some people don't view it that way. Like, I don't. There's definitely some people who 100% would expect it to be free. Like, hey, my steak came out not cooked right. Another thing happens all the time. It's like a medium rare steak is ordered. It comes out medium. They don't want it. Obviously, they're paying for it. Cool. We're going to get you a new one. I take the old product. You're not going to eat it. Somebody else isn't going to eat it because that's how we are. And bring them a new steak, medium rare. And then they're like, well, why am I paying for this now? It's like, well, because we lost a product already. We're bringing you a brand new steak. Why wouldn't you pay for it? You also ate the whole steak. Like, those are the situations where I definitely think people need to pay for their products, but I agree with you. Sometimes it's like, if it happened 2 times in a row, it's like, all right, you've waited now 20 minutes because that's part of the product of like you not having to wait that long.
This is Williams. We're going to have him on the show one day, but I think he's got pretty good photographs, and I think like it's sellable. Like, there's why would you charge these for free? Like, these are really good photos.
Yeah, people would definitely pay for it. Somebody would pay for it, I would think.
Yeah.
He's still working on a lot of it, so I don't think the About's got anything on it yet. That's what he's supposed to be doing now, but yeah, testimonial. We got to write one.
Yeah, we got to use his services.
Yeah, for the gym, I got to shoot him down for the next Nobo.
I think it should be a picture of him though, like people
want to know. Take a headshot. He said he's got to take a headshot.
Yeah.
But I don't know. What were you trying to show us earlier about Ackerman? Now we're talking about businesses. What were you pissed about?
I wanted to just talk about what you thought about this post here. So, like, switching gears to CrossFit. As an owner, do you need a competitors class?
Why do members want competitors classes? No, I don't think so. I think we're going to be on the same page here. I think if I push my athletes enough to hit the stimulus, it's like, just make the stimulus harder for them, for somebody who wants it to be harder. So if I say like yesterday's workout for the handstand push-ups and running, and I'm like, you should be getting 7 rounds, you better run your fucking ass off, like really push those runs, because math doesn't make sense. If you run a 4-minute 800 and you want to get 6 rounds, you need to run a 2:30.
Yeah.
Or finish the handstand push-ups unbroken or whatever. I don't think you need a competitors class. I think it's stupid. I think it's stupid that people do within the same hour try to hit a heavy Metcon and a lift or some way or the other way and expect to put 100% effort into each thing. What do you think?
I can see both ways.
You think there should be a competitors class?
I think it depends on what that means. So we'd have to define what you mean by a competitors class, because I agree with you. I wouldn't really necessarily think it's going to be the workout. It's going to depend what makes it a competitors class. Like, I 100% agree. You rarely need to, but you can always make a workout harder. So for example, if there's sit-ups, you can make GHD sit-ups be the advanced. If it's pull-ups, you can make it chest to bar pull-ups or bar muscles, right? Like, very easily you can make it harder. That's no problem at all. Where I could see the need for a competitors class is like people who actually want to get better at competing.
Yeah.
But like, again, I think that's a small subset, because I think that a lot of people think they want that, if that makes sense, but they don't actually want that.
Want that? Do you want it?
For myself? No.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, do you enjoy doing the competitors?
So I think, to me, what competitors means is more things to do, like more things to work on, right? So if I was to do a competitors class, it would be a very dumbed down version of the workout with more extra stuff. So basically there would be no specific warm-up. There would definitely be no cool down. The warm-up would be very brief, and then you would do a couple things. So you would either do some skill work in the beginning, and or some accessory work in the beginning or at the end of a workout. But again, like you only have an hour. So like, I don't really know if a competitor's class for 1 hour is really going to get you to competitor's level. I mean, I like to use the example. I know it's extreme, but it's true. Like if you look at people in the games, athletes in the games, there is not a single games athlete competitor that is doing less than 6 hours a day in the gym. Like it's a full-time job.
George is doing that right now, right? George at your gym.
He's trying to, but even that's 4 hours. And if you've got a real life to live, it's very hard to compete at, or to train at that level.
It's literally
a full-time job. So that's what I mean. Like it's really depends on what a competitor's track is going to get you. And I don't even really know if it's going to get you the true benefits. Like you're going to need to put in time and like to CrossFit.
Well, I'll ask that. What do people...
Yeah.
Why are they doing a competitor's thing in general? I'm sure you have more people at your gym than I do. Why are they doing a competitor's course, or not a course, class?
I don't have anyone that does that.
Does anybody ask for it?
No.
Nobody asks for it.
No.
Yeah, nobody here asks for it. I mean, I would say Jamie does every once in a while as a joke, or thinks he needs more, and then if he pushes hard enough.
In my opinion, if you're running a gym and you want a competitor's thing, I don't think it would be a class. I just think it would be either a section of your gym that is for competitors that they can utilize that space. Because like I said, if you're really going to be a competitor, you're just going to be putting in time. So it's going to be like 3 to 4 to 6 hour sessions. Like You're not going to make a 6 hour class. That'd be ridiculous.
Well, what's like the advantage of doing... Like people also think, right, to be fitter, you need to do a really, 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 really long workout. You're going to have to do a 20, 30, 40 minute sweat session to get ready or go through everything.
Yeah, I don't agree with that either.
Yeah.
I think you need the time because you need to expose yourself to all the physical skills every day, constantly, like just like a games athlete, right? Like they do a big cardio workout. They do a Metcon. They do a lifting piece. They do a gymnastic skill piece. Then next day, they do like some accessory things like
do you think they're all varied enough?
Of course. I mean, they're the fittest people in the world. I mean, they clearly know what they're doing.
I'm not saying
there's no athlete that does an hour a day and is going to the games. Like, obviously, you can't get that.
Yeah, none of them is going to. I mean... do you think it comes down to the coach as well? A good coach? This would be my question. Do you think a good coach or a good program? Or a combo?
It's a good coach that knows how to program. And like back to Ackerman's competitor class, it's like if you're going to do a competitor's, I'm not even going to call it a class. I don't think that would work. If you're going to have a competitor's thing, it's like exactly like you're saying. Like you're going to have a 4 hour block of time and it's going to be a coach just being like, okay, we're going to do this accessory work first. All right, cool. We're going to move on to the ski and like even and then we're going to go on to an Olympic lift. Right. And then they'll probably film you on the Olympic lift. They'll probably break it down.
Yeah. Well, so we got some viewers in the chat, dude. Danny, what up, dude? We're just talking some fitness. If you want to, shoot some questions in, we'll try to answer them for you. We're talking about competitors, a competitor's class. So Danny's here. I would say he's probably a competitor within the gym. He likes to compete within himself. But back to, I think you need do you think you need a coach that can do the movements as well? Would be my last question to follow up on that before we go deeper.
I don't think so. Did Greg Glassman do all the movements? It's not like Greg Glassman hit the wad and then that was it.
What did people love about him? Like what made him a good leader? Like, why did people follow him? Because I think I feel like I struggle with that mentally. Is like, why do people want to follow me as a coach?
Because they want to be coached.
They want to be coached. But what separates me from like the other gym down the street's coaches?
That's the experience you give them, the attention to the detail, and the results at the end of the day.
And the results at the end of the day, getting them what they want. And do you think that comes down to, you think that's a combo of everything, being good coach mixed with really good programming or great programming or okay programming?
I think a good coach will see the fault in the programming. So like I said, it's going to be both.
Yeah. I mean,
it's like we do with our current programming. Like, we look at it, we run through it, and then we're just like, this doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Like you're missing a huge opportunity to do X that's part of the workout, but now we're doing some other thing.
Yeah. I mean, I don't I think that comes down to there's more okay or mediocre coaches out there than there are fantastic coaches or like excellent or really fit coaches, we'll call it, on that sickness, wellness, fitness continuum, which is like, again, kind of, you could just talk about it with everything.
Yeah, it looks like Ackerman took a different spin. He says, why do members want a competition class? Because they want to be coached. And I don't know if I really agree with that statement.
Yeah, again, I think that would come down to a coach. Like if somebody feels they need to be in it, like, right, if I sat down and I had a class and I had for time 50 air squats, 50 burpees, just for time, people would be like, well, this is really boring. If you push really, really hard, and if I have a really, really good coach, I could challenge you to have work your ass off on the air squat, throw you in front of a wall, and we'll do squat therapy and drive and make you hold the bottoms and not let you go forward into your toes at all and keep the big toe down, but stay on your heels and just make an average goer get there a hard workout in before the workout even starts. I think that's where people like kind of dig in. They think they need to do like snatches from a block, or they think they need to do deadlifts from some sort of machine, or they need to do something that's more challenging than just doing the basics. Like we had a workout today. You did it. So it was I had everybody so far do the ring muscle up transitions, whatever level they were. Vicky did them at 75. Jamie did them at 26. Everybody did ring transitions of some sort of level that was difficult for them or not. But nothing against Jamie. Jamie didn't want to do basically these skill transfers, which is like, well, that's what layers in. That's the bread and the butter. Or, right, that would be the bread, or that would be the butter for the bread, whatever the saying is, to kind of like push somebody to be better. But that's the hard part of kind of like letting go of the egos. I think it's a combo. Good coach, good athletes, kind of go in hand.
Yeah, I think members want it because they want more. But again, I don't really have experience with members wanting a competition class.
Yeah, well, I haven't had anybody wanting that. What I guess I would relate that to is people want to feel important almost. So that's kind of like what we talked about there, because like they need to feel that they're being heard, that their goals are getting met, and that they're going to somehow get better or solve those problems that they have. And if they like, a lot of people probably think they need a competitors class because they want a bigger snatch, or they want to have a bigger deadlift, or they need a metcon and then a strength, or a strength and then a metcon, because that's what's going to push the needle forward.
Yeah.
But good stuff, dude. I got to go to the beautiful job at the restaurant. You got any suggestions for me tonight?
No.
Yeah, it's a great job. Great job.
Danny,
what are you doing
need
tonight?
a coach, dude. What are you looking to achieve, man? Aren't you doing this whole bodybuilding thing?
I don't know if he's here anymore. He left. Where are you going tonight?
Tonight, I'm done coaching for the day, so I'm really sore. I had a triathlon this weekend. I got huge cramps on those, so I think that was a fueling issue. It's kind of interesting how different these competitions are outside the realm of CrossFit, right? Because end of the day,
Danny's juicing.
You should juice, dude. End of the day, we only work out for like an hour, 2 hours, and you got breaks in there. But like something like an endurance event, fueling and electrolytes are so key. So like I was just out of practice on that, on like what to get, when to eat it.
We should get Dr. Rob Wolf on here.
Yeah,
the owner of Element Salts or whatever. Be interesting.
I gotta order more of those.
Yeah, you don't even like them, do you? I haven't drank them because I can't even taste them right now, so it's weird. That's like the only processed thing I still eat, and I'm like curious if I should be taking them still.
Well, I'll let you get to work, man. It was a good chat.
Yeah. Thanks, dude. It's good chatting with you.
Next week we'll have on a special guest. We won't reveal who they are.
Yeah, that's when we'll kind of start the rumble tumble. If you got stuff, throw it in the comments. What you want us to talk about, politics. If you want us to dive down that road, local news, like we'll talk about Putin's decision to basically start war. But Danny, if you want to be on the show, man, shoot us a note.
Yeah.
All right. Peace, dude.